Do you see it? Oh yes. Okay, fine. This is just similar to the one that I gave to you. I'm quite confused as well. I suppose just give me a moment. I download from e-learning. Give me one chance. In case the one that I gave to you is slightly different from this one. Let me switch off my video as well. Give me a moment, class. I re-download the assignment. Try to re-explain to you. I suppose the students asking is about the group assignment. Yeah, this is the correct one because your class is slightly a bit lot of students, so change to 4 students. Okay, great. Can't find share meetings. Let me share again something with you. Here you go. So now, in this assignment, you are yes. If you have any questions, just type in the chat box. Could you see the PDF version, class? You are seeing the PDF version, am I right? The group assignments and okay. Okay, great. So this assignments, a form of students consisted of a group or consists of 4, maximum 4 students. Right? You can have 2, you can have 3, it's okay, but maximum is 4. The assignment require you as a group to demonstrate the method and step to arrive of yield for the residential and also the commercial property. So your duty, your tugas adalah untuk mencari yield. So what is yield, class? What is yield, class? Yield apa? Anyone? Yield adalah apa, class? Hasil. The return. The rate of return. Yield is the rate of return. It's similar to yes, it can be called. It's a rate of return, all right? If you invest in something, how much you will gain back, right? It's a rate of return, right? Expected rate of return in this case. So your group is required to select at least 3 types of residential properties and 1 type of the commercial property. So maksudnya you kena pilih lah 3 jenis residential property. Tak kira lah which types of residential property. You boleh mix. You nak cari single story pun boleh. You nak cari double story, condominium, okay. 3 jenis kan. Ataupun you nak cari bungalow, semi-T, terrace house pun 3 jenis juga. So, ataupun you nak cari condominium, lepas tu double story, lepas tu bungalow, boleh juga. It's okay. So, as long as ada 3 jenis, tak kisahlah which 3 jenis. So, you need 3 types of residential property dan juga 1 types of the commercial property. 1 types of commercial property, any of them. Boleh buat single story pun boleh, double story shop house pun boleh, commercial lah, kedai lah. So maksudnya yang 2 tingkat pun boleh, 3 tingkat pun boleh, but they're supposedly more or less the same lah. So your tugas adalah cari 3 jenis residential property dan 1 jenis commercial property. So far jangan cari yang jauh-jauh, cari mereka yang terdekat sekali. Contohnya kalau you nak cari contohnya lah Taman Johor Jaya. So make sure that your residential property dengan your commercial tu dalam tempat yang sama juga. Kalau memang tak ada kereta yang berkaitan, mungkin you cari taman terdekat lah. Tapi jangan cari satu sama lain lah. Jangan cari satu kat KL, satu kat Terengganu, satu kat Perak pula. Jangan. You decide one particular places. Contohnya kalau katakan nak buat di Taman Universiti kan. So everyone, your group tu buat kat Taman Universiti. Jangan cari yang berbeza-beza. Sebab nanti kita nak buat comparison antara satu sama lain. So far okay tak kelas? So far clear? Boleh tak kelas? Clear kan? So once you have decided, okay, perhaps a further instruction to you is that at the first place, you kena cari tempat dulu. Katakan 4 of you dah form satu group. You nak cari tempat kat mana? Katakan you nak cari tempat kat Taman Universiti, okay. So decide lah your team, your group. Fine. So kita nak buat kat Taman Universiti Johor. Okay, excellent. Lepas tu, you kena cari dalam Taman Universiti tu 3 jenis residential property dan 1 jenis commercial property. So mungkin sebab ya ada 4 orang kan dalam satu grup tu. So setiap satu student tu boleh fokus pada one types lah, tak kisahlah. So katakan one of you focus on the residential, one of you focus on the single story terrace house, another one focus on the condominium, another one focus on the double story, and the one focus on the shop houses. Example. So because you have 4 students then per group. So tapi kalau your group have only 3 students, so likely you might have to share another property with each others. So that's the first thing. You can decide your tempat tu, and then you can cari 3 jenis residential property dan 1 jenis commercial property. Lepas tu you kena include memasukkan satu description of the property market di tempat tu. You kena bagi briefing mengenai market di tempat tersebut tu. Sama market dia bagus ke, tak bagus ke, neighbor dia macam mana, accessibility dia macam mana. Sebab mungkin your reader dia tak biasa dengan your tempat tu. So you kena bagi briefing about that tempat dulu. Lepas tu, and then you may have to explain a little bit about the market performance of the particular area. Mungkin juga kalau ada transaksi ke, aktif ke, tak aktif ke. So you give some briefing about the location, the accessibility, the amenities, alright. About your and then now the question asks you to identify the U. So what is the U class? How do you doing this one? Then we have mentioned this again and again. One of them is that you have to refer back to the original formula. Sure. How do I write something? Okay. Drawings there. You remember the formula itself, class? Which formula? The basic one. V equal to I dibagi dengan A. Betul tak, kelas? Maksudnya A sama dengan I dibahagi dengan V. Okay, kelas? So A ni sebenarnya adalah rate of return tu sebenarnya. Adalah rate of return tu. Dan ini adalah yang kita nak cari ni. Ini adalah yang kita nak cari ni. Kita nak cari U untuk this particular assignment. So called the R. U untuk this property. Sebab Sebelum ni kita kata kita boleh guna R ni sama dengan apa? Interest rate. Tapi tak betul. R ni sebenarnya tak sama dengan interest rate. Dalam kelas tu mungkin bagi tahu, okay, yes. Sepatutnya kalau interest rate sekarang ni adalah only 1.82%, oh kita pakailah R lah. Rate dia kita pun pakai 2%. Sebenarnya tak betul. Sebenarnya tak betul. Sebab rate of return untuk jenis properti yang berlainan, your yield tu, your rate of return tu adalah sebenarnya berbeza. This assignment is designed for you to learn where this R is coming from, where is this yield is coming from, and how do you get this particular yield, which is R in this case. So now, untuk cari yang R ni, kita tahu formula tersebut kan, income divided by value. Tapi untuk value ni mungkin kita tak ada formula, tak ada yang data. Sebab yang value tu kita berdasarkan yang valuation report kan. But class, can I ask you what is the closer things to the value itself? Price, yes, exactly. Yes, Amira, yes, you're right. The closer things to the value itself is if you don't have the relevant data available, definitely kita nak transaction price. Set the price. Kalau boleh kita nak transact the price. Yang ni sebenarnya boleh dapat daripada JPPH ataupun daripada NAPRED. Tapi kalau untuk dapatkan yang ni perlu bayar. So, saya rasa tak perlu for you to understanding. So you can use the asking price. You can use the asking price. Tapi asking price tu selalu lebih tinggi lah. You may have to make a better justification. Kenapa you nak pakai asking price? Sebab kalau you tak ada transactor price tu, and then you just refer to the asking price. Kalau you refer kepada asking price, maksudnya you hanya refer kepada contohnya properti dulu, properti dan sebagainya. Dia ada letak harga jualan dia, tapi bukan transactor price. Yang itu adalah asking price. Mungkin ada terdapat discount lagi 5%, 10% macam tu. Yang itu adalah setakat untuk asking price sahaja. So kita nak guna asking price ni. Katakanlah kita ada sekarang ni, kita nak cari A ni, dan kita sekarang ni kita ada your V itu adalah sama dengan your transactor price. Kalau tak ada transactor price, kalau ada transactor price, you may guna asking price. Tapi you have to be extra caution sebab asking price selalu lebih tinggi daripada transactor price. Sebab asking price mungkin termasuk commission untuk estate agent. 2%. You may want to discount something from asking price. Then untuk income ni, how do you get the income? Plus, how do you get the income? Plus, how do you get the income? How do you get the income? Anyone? Yes, Roman. Well, how do you get the income? What is the income? What is the income for this property? Kalau residential property, what is the income? Yes. It's rental. Plus, it's rental. It's rental. And not only rental, but it's net. Annual is the annual net rental. It's the annual net rental. It's the annual net rental. For the class, it's the annual net rental. Got it, class? Okay. So how do you get the annual net rental, class? How do you get the annual net rental? you boleh cari against the property guru I property dan sebagainya, dan you boleh cuba WhatsApp ke call kepada agent dia, katakan you nak rent tempat tu kan, so harga rental dia berapa, they'll give it to you lah, tapi sure it's annual so kalau dapat rental kena taraf 12 tak minus lah expenditure some outgoing from the rental itself, cukai pintu, cukai tanah, so you make assumption lah untuk tu. But the question is that kalau saya ada satu rumah teres 2 tingkat and I just get one data, is that enough? One data for the one data. It just depends on one property and one data. Is that enough? Not enough. You need to have many data. So let's say you are the one who in charge of the double-story terrace house. So you need to get as much as possible. More data that you have, the accuracy, the consistency of your findings is better. Okay. The more data that you have, let's say you have like 20 or let's say at least 15 data. All right. More that you have, and then you calculate the mean score. After you get the 15 data, so you get, let's say you have like for the first one you get 3, and then you get another 4%, and then you get 3, and then you get 5 again. For the average can you, the average can you actually mean you. Then that means that is your that means that would be your into this property. And then you can see, well, when you invest in different property, what is their rate of return? And also, what is the rate of return when you compare residential and also commercial? Is that commercial doing better? When it comes to the rate of return, the yield is better. If that is the case, then you should invest in the commercial property. So you can know which yield better income for you. But don't stop at one data. If you want data is not great class, you need to have more data. More data that you have, the more accurate of your findings. Okay, I think that is very clear now. Any question, class? Any question you want to ask? You can type in the chat box. You can ask me. You can open your microphone as well. Any things that you want to ask about this assignment, or feel you are not clear enough? I think I'll give you the right answer. I suppose not give the answer, you know. Yeah, I thought I should let you do it by yourself, but there are some students asking, you know, they are not confident, they are not confirmed about the formula also. I decided to give you more direct instructions. Now, I already give you a method how to deliver and come up with the R itself. So here, class. And I don't want you to go out to collect data as well. Now it's not safe to go out. So I'm allowed desktop research. Desktop research means that you're sitting in front of your computer, you search for your iProperty, your property guru, you search, I don't know, whether you're able to go to JPPH, but it's not necessarily because you have to pay. So, but okay. So you can able to get the answers already. Is that okay, class? Any questions so far, students? Any questions you want to ask? No question, class. There's one question from Low say, is that the other data we use must in the same area? I didn't get really what you mean, Low, but I try to answer. It means that the data that you use for the same taman. Yes, if that is your question, yes, the data should be supposed in the same area. Let's say you have otherwise you're using the other area, it doesn't reflect the market scenario of that area. So you have to be in the same area. Let's say if you want to decide to do a shop house in Taiwan University, then you should search for the information through iProperty, Property Guru, or better still through JPH, NAPRED, and so on. You get your data in Taiwan University, right? For the commercial, the shop houses, if your case is shop houses. So you have to using the similar data so that the one that is reflected, it will reflect your area. From Atira, there's a question. Do we need to differentiate between commercials and residential? Which is the best one to invest? Yes, it is not compulsory, but it's always good that in your conclusion itself, you can say so, because you already compile all the data. You can make a comparisons between 4 types of property. For example, you have condominium, you have your bungalow, you have your your double-story terrace house, and then let's say you have another like a double-story shop house, and then you can see which one that is the best for the investment. The reason I give you the example is that also because this is investment valuation, you also need to understand what is it from an investor perspective. Let's say someone, a customer asking you, when you become valuable, you become a property consultant and so on. So there will be someone asking you, hey, nak tanya boleh tak saya nak invest dalam yang Taman University ni, bagus tak? So saya nak invest dalam which property dia tanya. How do you answer if you do not know this proper way to calculate? Then you cerita answer lah. You answer, oh boleh, semua boleh. Tak boleh kelas. Then if you know the proper answer, you know that you have to deliver the yield through this way, then you can tunjuk dia lah. Okay, saya dapat analisis. Okay, saya dapat data dan semuanya, dan daripada analisis saya, memang kalau kita invest, saya dah calculate 100 data dalam Taman University ini. Antara semua property, yield dia paling bagus adalah double story shop house. Then okay, sebab you berdasarkan data. Anything that you want to say to your client, you need to scientifically support. You need to have evidence. So that's why I want you to do this assignment. You learn where your R coming from, where is your yield coming from, and also do not just depends on the bank interest rate. That's wrong, class. That's wrong, very wrong. If you just depends on your bank interest rate, it's wrong. It's not correct. Okay, Atira. Okay. Any more questions, class? Are you have a better understanding now on how to use this? Okay. All right. Great. Sound like no questions. Okay, everyone. So fine. Hope everything's fine. So fine. Then we come back to the lecture again. So just we come back to the lecture chapter 5. All right. Which is on the discounted cash flow methods and also rate of returns. In yesterday's we talked about what is the DCF, but for information in these lectures, the purpose is that we want you to understand about the different evaluation tools that we use in the DCF method. There are many, all right. When we will cover each of them. So the first one that we learned yesterday is the net present value. Remember, class, NPV, the positive, kalau boleh tu positif. Kalau NPV sama dengan kosong, it doesn't mean that you didn't earn any profit. You make profit still, but just that you make profit as expected. As expected, you didn't make extra profit. You didn't make extra profit. So that's the case that is NPV. So NPV sama dengan discounted cash inflow minus dengan cash outflow. So lebih senang kalau kita lihat yang scenario ketiga ini. Sorry. Yang ketiga ini, NPV discounted cash inflow minus dengan discounted cash outflow. Inflow sebenarnya adalah kredit, kredit, keuntungan. Kalau yang outflow tu means that your debit lah, your cash, your cost and so on, you use it for this project. So kita guna satu example semalam, kita kata okay fine, katakan sekarang you nak invest dalam your pisang goreng. But by the way, so in Taman University they open a new shop, the Four Fingers, and it's full of people, class. It's full of people queuing outside. It's MCO now. People are queuing outside. I hope there are no students queuing outside. It's somewhere near you know, CIMB Bank, the same row with the CIMB Bank in Taman University. There's open a new shop. It's 4 fingers. So people are queuing there. It's MCO. But let's say I want to invest in the 4 fingers, likely not 4 fingers because the cash flow is so low. Likely you want to invest in the pisang goreng business. Use it as there. So the first, before you start the business, definitely you have to come up with some costs as well. Just like 4 fingers, before they start to operate their business, they need to renovate the shops. They want to buy in some equipment as well. They have to well equip their staff. That's everything. So the first thing first is that even before you start your business, year zeros, you already some cash outflow. That minus something because your cost already is like negative 3,000. And then year 1 you're doing better, you get 1,000. Year 2 you get 1,500. Year 3 2,000, 2,500. Year 5 2,500, and so on. So eventually you have to present value accordingly to each year. You have to present value accordingly to each year, and then add on them together, and then you will get your net present value. Sebenarnya this something of present value, just that present value kita do one off kan, jelas. Kalau present value kita yang selalu buat tu, kita buat hanya one off sahaja. Kalau untuk yang ni sebab dia adalah cash flow. Kenapa nama dia cash flow? Maksudnya dia setiap tahun dia berlainan. Flow tu means that continuously, alright. There's a series of activities in and out continuously. So that's why cash flow maksudnya ada cash in and cash out continuously throughout the years. So untuk projek ini selama 5 tahun adalah cash in, cash out dan sebagainya. So in this case, so kita ada start dengan cost dulu, kita nak buat bisnes pisang goreng. So kita perlu beli equipment dan sebab kita ada delivery service juga. So kita perlu beli motosikal. So negative 3,000. But year 1 you're making better business. 1,000, 1,500, 2,000, 2,500, 2,500, and so on. So let's say after year 5 you want to close the business for 5 years. So this is the cash flow in and out throughout these 5 years. Kalau kita buat present value, kita buat one off sahaja. Tapi untuk yang ni sebab dia in and out every year kan, so kita buat setiap tahun. Dan total jumlah dia adalah net present value lah. That's here. So kalau dapat 3911.22 tu maksudnya your profit is 3911.22 lah. Your so-called throughout this 5 year and in and out everything, so you were able to get at this value as now there, right? Present value is 3911.22, but it's very little. Doesn't matter. So NPV, again, let me emphasize that you want to get a positive NPV. Lebih besar your nilai NPV tu lebih bagus lah. Katakan yang ni adalah project A, project jual pisang goreng. You ada project B, project jual burger. Your project B, let's say your NPV is 10,000. Then go for the 10,000 one because your profit is better. And also kalau dia sama dengan kosong, dia tak means dia tak actually refer that you or imply that you actually mengalami kerugian tak. You just get what you expected because your profit here you expected is 10%, sama dengan your ASP. That's the case. Alright, class. So kalau okay, kita pergi kepada yang kedua. Salah satu tool juga masa kita nak nilai suatu projek. Ya, ini adalah rate of return. Alright, this is rate of return. So opportunity cost represent the benefits an individual, investor, or business miss out on when choosing one alternative over another investment alternative. So yang kedua ni, indicator yang kita perlu lihat adalah namanya sebagai rate of return. So kita refer kepada example dulu. Using the scenario yang kedua tadi tu, which the shop house is sell at 800,000, right? Expected after 1 year completion, the property can be sold at 1 million. The internal rate of return is calculated as following. So selain cari NPV, kebanyakan masa kita nak buat feasibility study, kita perlu cari rate of return juga. Ada kebanyakan masa kita perlu cari rate of return, ROR, rate of return. So in this case, kita perlu cari, just to show it to you, kita guna senario kedua. Senario apa? Macam kat sana. So, tekan sekarang ni kita you know that PV, present value, adalah sama dengan 1 over 1 plus I or R, alright, let's say R, power by N, darab dengan future value kan? Darab dengan future value. So, present value sama dengan 1 over 1 plus R power by N, darab dengan future value. Sebab nak present value kan? So, in this case, present value dia adalah 800,000. Sekarang dia dijual pada 800,000. Pada masa sekarang ni, dia jual pada 800,000. Alright. Dan selepas 1 year after completion, alright, dia kata dia boleh jual pada 1 million. 1 million. So, it's quite simple one. So, for now, dia nak jual pada 800,000. In the future, dia nak jual pada harga 1 million. 1 million. Dia nak jual pada harga 1 million. So, what is your rate of return? So, put it 100,000. But do it a much more detailed step by class. It's quite funny to do so, but just to show you. Okay. Sekarang you nak cari your R tu, nak cari R tu. Your N is 1 versus 1 year. 1 year completed is there that you start. So, yang ni tarap Ini kena tarapkan tu. Boleh kan? Pernah belajar MS kan? Tak perlu MS kan? Matematik pun pernah belajar. So, ni kena tarap yang ni. Maksudnya 800,000 tambah dengan 800 sama dengan 1 million. 1. Nah, ni maksudnya 800 sama dengan 1 million minus 800,000. Ini adalah 200,000 lah. 800,000. So, yang A adalah sama dengan 200,000 bahagi dengan 800,000. Okay. 0.25. Yeah, you will get 0.25. And that would mean that this will sama dengan 25%. Sama dengan 25%. So your R, your rate of return, of your this one, your R. This R is so-called rate of return, you get 25%. Okay, class? Boleh kan? Boleh, class? Now just give you some ideas about, let's say, let's try this question. It's quite a simple one. Try this question. What will you get? Try this question. What will you get? Now the how to add 909090. Expected after 1 year completion, the property can be sold at 1 million. What is the rate of return for this project? Let's give it a try. What is the rate of return for this project? So what's the answer, class? Anyone? Yes, if you do it correctly, you're supposed to get like 10%. Right? You're supposed to get about like 10%. So let's do it very quick one. Just give me a moment. I just reply a message. Sorry, class. Just give me a moment. Sorry, I'm back. Sorry, just replying a message. Yes, Noha, Yati, kenapa? Doktor, kenapa soalan tadi A tu sama dengan 800 ribu? Switch to soalan tadi sama dengan 800.000. Jadi I didn't get your question tadi. I think you mean that here sebab soalan dia dalam senario 2 tu dikata dia boleh jual 800.000. Dia bukan 800.000. Untuk soalan yang sebelum ni adalah 25%. Hayati, tadi itu bukan 800,000. Adalah 25%. It's not 800,000. It's 25%. Okay, Yati, boleh ke? It's 25%. It's not 800,000. It's 25%. So in this case, one quick one, just that you want to write the formula as well. Yeah, write the formula PV sama dengan 1 plus R power by N terhadap dengan FV. Then you put in your 9 zeros, 9 zeros, 9 zeros, 9 0 9 equal to 1 over 1 plus R power by 1 times your 1 million. And eventually you will get the 9 0 0 9 0 9 zeros 1 9 0 sama dengan your 1 million minus your 9 0 9 0 9 0 9 zeros 9 0 9. That's correct. And then after you divided it, and then your R will be equivalent to 0.1. Minus this one, and then this one you bagikan here. Just put it. You get more or less your R is about like 10%. 10%. So now, which one is better? So now we have the this is the scenario. Scenario. Let's say this is S1. This is scenario 1. This is scenario 2. So which one is better? Definitely the scenario 2 is better kan? Sebab scenario 2 tu is 25%. It's 25%. So definitely kalau kita bagi peluang untuk invest dalam 2 project, project 1 dan juga project B, so for scenario 1 dan scenario 1 dengan 2 tu, definitely in this case kita lihat pada scenario yang kedua tu, yang mana adalah 25% adalah better. Okay. First, okay, everyone? Boleh? It's not difficult kan? Boleh ya? Okay, good. So this is the rate of return. Basically, is that just using the formula itself, you can able to get the rate of return. So different project, you may want to compare. So which rate of return is better comparing to the others? So this is our second so-called investor decisions tools that we're going to use. We learn about NPV. NPV is that higher the NPV, better definitely. Rate of return pun sama juga. Rate of return, higher the rate of return, that would be much better. Higher the rate of return, that would be much better. We want positive and also higher rate of return as well. If we compare two projects, in this case, that we will see that the scenario 2, in which is the 25%, that would be a much better rate. Okay, to move a little bit further, how many weeks still we have class for us to go through all this lecture again? So when is your semester break will start? Now it's almost the end of May. Let me check. June 24. If you have time, then we can discuss about like something like the profit method as well. Something advanced for you, but it'd be good that you learn something as advanced as possible so that you can get better understandings about the method as well. But let's finish with the cash flow. You have time. So now we go to this another decision tool that we usually use is so-called total rate of return, so-called the TRR, total rate of return, TRR. So let's look into this formula first. Don't worry about this formula, just to get you better understandings about what it means by TRR. So in this case, the return of income, all right, is a net annual rental income divided by the capital's values of the property price. Return of income, understand that it's a net annual rentals of the income, capital's value of the property's price. Just in case you said, oh, where's this formula is coming from? Remember, class? Always remember in the investments method, in the investment valuations, we always refer one very fundamental formula: V equal to I over dengan R. Okay. So in this case, this formula, where it comes from, is just that this one. R sama dengan I over dengan V. Ya. Yang ini adalah V ini adalah capital value. Yang V ini adalah capital value of the property price, dan yang net rental income sama dengan your assignment tu adalah this particular I here. Okay. Also can be written in the following. So the return of the income is similar to the current price. It's not that this current price is the factors actually is the transacted price, but even transacted price is not available. Sometimes they say current price and sama dengan net annual rentals income. Net annual rentals income. So this is a return of your income. But we understand that kalau kita we invest in the property, it come back in the two flow of income. No, not income. Yeah, it come back in the two flow of return. Yeah, there are two return. Two source of return be coming back to you if you invest in the properties, any residential one year. The first thing is that you will get back your return of income in the form of rental. So first thing first, you will get back two form of income, two form return. The first one is that is the flow of rental. Flow of rental. Again, flow of rental gains. So every year you receive annual rentals and then you minus your outgoing and so on. Sebenarnya kalau types of return that you receive kalau you invest dalam property adalah capital growth. Another form of income is that sometimes they say return of capital. Return of capital. What is mean by return of capital? Katakanlah sekarang ni you beli rumah ni dengan 500,000. after some years, after like 5 years, kalau you nak jual sebelum you harga tanah tu, mungkin harga masa tu dah sampai ke 600,000. Dah sampai 600,000. So means that you are able to gain 100,000 lah. But anyhow, it's not correct lah, because you still need to present value kan dia. So at this moment, I want you to understand two concepts here. Kalau invest dalam tanah, you come back in a two form of return. The first one is that floor of rental. You come back as a rental. Every years you get rentals back. Again, is a return of capital. Your growth of your capital. Kalau you beli rumah tu dengan 500,000, after certain period, after 5 years, after 10 years, I don't know how many years, but you agree with me that likely your house value will grow as well, betul tak? Kan, kalau you beli rumah, you imagine your rumah lah sekarang ni when you tutup. Likely last time when you purchase that rumah, your parents or somehow or your siblings beli rumah tu mungkin dalam 300,000, mungkin dalam 500,000, you know. But after some time you station in, and after some time you want to resell your property, so it will go usually higher lah, because the property's price is hedged against inflation. It's hedged against inflation. Usually dia akan lebih tinggi lah. Jarang ada property kalau you beli 300,000 and then you jual balik selepas 10 tahun dia jadi 200,000 macam. Jarang ada berlaku lah. I don't think that is that's unusual lah. Really unusual condition that you go down, the price is down. Are you agree, class? Or you disagree? Right. So there are two forms of return. One is that your rental, you will get rentals every year. Second is that your capital after some time. So that's why when we say that there are some school of thought, this is all different school of thought. This is all different scholars. They come up with their own terms and so on. You know why they want to making so many different investor tools. Students are suffering, but anyhow, there are so many school of thought. So if the scholar have invented such formula, I have to teach as well. So fine, that's just learn whatever they have invented, and we learn together. So now we look into another one, is the return of capital. Just now I said the return of your income, right? Your return of your income, your R itself. Now it said that, okay, besides your return of income, they actually have the return of capital as well. So how do you determine the return of capital? So the formula here is that your sale price minus your purchase price and divided by your purchase price. So this is your return of your capital. So can be written as well as a return of capitals. Return of capitals, future price, instead of sale price, they say future price, right? Minus current price, then divided by current price. So few examples here. Kalau sekarang ni, kalau sekarang your current price untuk harga tanah tersebut adalah 500,000. And future price katakan dia akan sampai kepada 600,000. It doesn't make much sense as well. So okay, so is your 600,000, sorry, minus your 500,000, sorry. Just to show you, it's kind of stupid, but just to show you. 500,000. So what we get? You get 100,000 divided by 500,000. Sorry. Get 20%, right? Yeah, 20%. your rate of return is 0.2. For example, in this case. So we go further. So the total return rate. So the total return rate actually is a return of income plus the return of capital. So return of income is this one. So your return of income is this one. So return of income is this one. Your return of income, this one, plus your return of capital, this one. So the total return rate is return of income tambah dengan your return of capital. Okay. So kita tulis full formula kat sini. Return of income adalah sama dengan yang tadi tu. And this one. So net annual rental income divided by current price, right? Tambah dengan yang satu lagi, this one. Sorry, this one. So future price minus current price divided by current price. Current price sama kan? Bawah tu dua-dua pun guna current price juga. So it become net annual rental income plus your future price minus current price divided by current price. So the short form here, sometimes you will see this formula, right? Total rate of return sama dengan your R1 plus P1. P1 is the future price minus your current price divided by current price, right? Don't let the formula to confuse you, class. Sometimes they have so many formula outside. You're reading the valuation books. Sometimes it's very confusing. So last time when we are studying the valuations, you're lucky because we have summarized everything for you. Last time we have studied, I have to read through all those valuation books. There's so many formula inside, and it's so confusing. Different valuation books they use different formula. It's so sometimes disturbing as well. Even though there are similar formula that we write and using different abbreviations, right? So it's very confusing. But I suppose you are lucky. We have summarized the things for you. So you can rewrite them again. So formula can be rewrite them again. And sometimes if you in the book, somehow you see this formula as well, or this particular formula. Don't panic, class. Don't panic. As long as you see TRR is the total return rate, a so-called total rate of return. Nothing special about this one. They derive the formulas from here. Just remember when you say about total return rate itself, it's not only consider the the income flow, but also they consider the capital gain. All right, because when you purchase property, as of today, you get it for 500,000, and future you will sell it at even much more. You get it actually it's a much more greater and higher price. So in this case, you can resell it like 600,000. So that's why you're using 600,000 minus 500,000 and divided by 500,000, you get 0.2%. But this is the the total rate of returns that we talk about. So for now, you only have to remember one particular formula is that this one. This one. This one. This formula. This is the one. So you can remember this formula. You don't have to remember as well, but as long as the notes is with you. But this one. But when people talk about totals or rate of return, you understand what is it? People talk about NPV. It's somewhat professional, right? NPV or net present value. You know what is it? People talk about rate of return. Okay, fine. Kena belajar. Totals return rate. Kena belajar juga. So at least you know. So, but the formulas you can remember is the one that I highlight here, the green color. The short form here is here. So let's try one question. Let's try it first. Let's try one question here, class. See whether you're able to do this question. calculate the TRRs for this exercise, right? Calculate TRR for this exercise. Whereas the total returns of rate of return for this exercise. Give it a try, class. I give you like 5 minutes using back the formulas. Right. Turn. Namanya your rental income price. The price, the future price minus your price divided by your P. So in this case, your R1 divided P1 is your future price. P1 is your future price. PO is your current. Try this question, class. So what is the answer, class? If you have answers, you suppose you get like 4.88%, like more or less. Sure that I did correctly. I suppose it's about 4. It's about 4.88%. You get 4.8. No, class. Bloody, I'm wrong. It's not. No, it's not 4.8%. No, I'm wrong, class. I did it wrongly. No, I say it's not. It's not 4.8. More than that. Yeah, it's 4.8. Yes, it's 4.8. It's 1,200. Oh, yes, it's 4. It's 4.8, class. Yes. Sorry, I'm the one who confused myself. 10,000. Go to get 4.8. You get 4.8 class. Yes, it's 4.4. 4.4. We do together. We down, make a mistake as well. This one. What do you get, class? Other students? Class we get 4.88. Alright, so 4.8. Okay, fine. We do it together. So it seems that I suppose it's 4.8. Let's do it together, class, and see what we will get here. Okay, how is this a move? Thank you. So in this case, we just rewrite the formula. Here's the TRR, the total rate of returns, all right, equal to your rentals income, all right, plus your future price minus your current price, then divided by your current price. So in this case, what we have here is that what is the, we try to fill in the blank first, all right, just pick this one. So what is your income flow? Give it again. So that total return from investments, double story house expected to return of 1,200 per month. What is this one? So this is R1, but you need to times 12, right? You need to times 12 because this is only per month. Remember, it's always a net rentals incomes. Annually, it's annual, right? It's annual. Net annual rental income times 12. Capital appreciations of 10,000 the year after, and the current price 500,000, right? Fine. So this is means that your future price will be 10,000, and this is your future price. This is your P1. Your P0 is this one. Your current price is 500,000. This is your P1 and this is your R1. So we have all the information. We have our P1s, we have our P0s, and also we have our R1. So great. So what is your R1 again? Our R1 is around 12. Last your P1 minus your P0 actually is 10,000 only, but just write the full formulas for you. It's 510 minus your 500,000, right? Then your P0 is your current price 500,000. 500. So this is 14,400 tambah dengan 10 divided by 500. So you get your 24,400 divided by 500. You get 0.0, sorry, and you time your 100%, you will get 4.88%. You okay, class? Get a similar answer, class? Do you get a similar answer? Certainly, again, so when it comes to the total rate of returns, right, higher the rate of returns, higher the total rate of returns, that would be much better. So right, that would be much better for your project. So when you're helping your client to determine which project that they should invest, you have to look into which one are able to give you the highest TRR. So we have go back to the first one. So we have actually learned about these three already. So net present value, oh yes, net present values. Higher the net present values, better of the project. Right? When net present value equal to 0, it also means that you are able to gain profit as well. So just that expected. Rate of returns, higher the rate of return is better, right? And also higher the TRR is also better as well. So sometimes we actually calculate more than one indicator. Sometimes we calculate both NPV together with rate of return as well. Sometimes actually TRR is not that popular. Not many feasibility studies calculate TRR. Seldom people calculate TRR. They usually like to calculate the IRR, which we're going to learn in the next class. Kita akan belajar IRR. So it's a very popular so-called investment decisions tool. So before they nak invest dalam sesuatu project, kita akan lihatlah NPV dia macam mana, rate of return dia macam mana, IRR dia macam mana. TRR sebenarnya tak ramai yang calculate TRR. Yang biasa orang calculate dalam feasibility study adalah internal rate of return. dan juga mungkin ada terdapat juga lah yang this PI, profitability index juga. PI is not that popular actually. NPV yes, net present value yes, IRR yes, PI yes, the profitability index. TRR is a less popular one because there are some weakness about this TRR yang mari kita akan discuss lah dalam yang kelas akan seterusnya. So if that's the case, kalau tak ada apa, we going to stop here. Any question, class, regarding today's lecture? Any things you want to ask?